Do you remember how Alice wasn't always in Wonderland?
She fell down, down, down deep in a hole.
Right, well, I wasn't always in room. I'm like Alice. Now we've got a chance.
I'm scared.
I know.
So how do you take such a harrowing story that's your storyline, not his, and protect him as an actor from those things, yet draw out a performance that's so pure and real between the two of you?
Well, the beautiful thing that you get out of the movie in this sort of two-hander is that as an adult, as you're watching it, you see Ma being the adult perspective of the situation, and Jacob is playing the more innocent, childlike perspective, and it's one that we can get very close to and in touch with because we were all children once. And so the way that Ma is protecting...
I'm still a kid.
Yeah, you're still a kid. Did I say you're an adult now?
No.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, you're still definitely a kid. You're 9, but still a kid. So the way that Ma is protecting Jack and Room and that innocence is very easy to do that. We wanted to make sure that we kept that on set as well, that he didn't need to know any of the darker factors. And a lot of the scenes, it's very easy to do because the dark stuff, he's locked in a wardrobe. He's not going to see any of it. And then because Ma is so much of her day-to-day is for him and to protect him, I found that it made my time on set so enjoyable and so easy because our main focus every day on set was going to be, because he can only work a couple hours a day, was going to be him. And then my coverage, whatever it was that I was doing, was always going to be secondary.
And you're the grandma in this situation, and you're her mother, and you come in the second half. Was it daunting to come into the process where already so much has been established without you, or did it serve the character?
I felt actually it was kind of good that they had had this experience beforehand, and I was stepping into it because it's a little off kilter, and it was a layer of something that I felt was helpful to me because they have a very tight bond as they, as actors and as characters, and it's appropriate for the mother to be this complete outsider and not know how to react, what to do, what's the right thing to say, what's the wrong thing to say. And so it was really actually helpful. I was glad that, from my perspective, that even though I didn't even look at Room when they built it on the stage, I was there for a little bit of rehearsal, and I was like, Lenny, the director, said, you want to go look at it? And I said, I shouldn't, because she would never, ever be able to see where her daughter was, and would have to live in her imagination of where she's imagined that she's been.
Emma, I heard that you wrote the screenplay to the book before the book got published. True?
I know it sounds weird.
It does sound weird.
I had written the book and sold the book, and then I had this strong instinct that it would make a great film and that I would love to be the one to take that technical challenge of translating it from one medium into another. And I thought, if I wait and sell the rights, they'll never let me write it, because I don't have a track record. So I thought I'll just have a bash on my own, and then when I find the filmmaker of my dreams, I'll be able to say, look, here's my script, what do you think? So when Lenny did contact me, I found that he wrote me this 10-page letter, and I found that his vision of the film coincided so closely with mine, and he was willing to work with my script. So then we had a few years really of intensive work together on it, and I realized not every writer gets to have that kind of one-to-one working relationship with the director.
And
so
not every director gets to work with a novelist in such a kind of lovely and unpressurized way.
And many of them don't want to.
Many of them don't want to. But I think because there's a perception that you're going to be saying, oh, maybe we should change this, and the novelist is going to be going, over my dead body, I sweated blood over every sentence, how dare you? But actually it was never like that from both our perspectives. It was just an attempt to find the most internally or sort of essentially truthful translation of this novel into a film. It wasn't like I wanted to make something different. I wanted to, just like Emma did, to get to the heart of the novel. And so we were both involved in that task, and how that broke down was never
Neither
an
of us
issue.
was particularly attached to any one scene, any one,
Tell me about the cast, because without strong actors, this could have all fallen apart.
And we knew the adult actors were out there. I mean, we had seen, say, films like Short Term 12 that gave us that relaxing feeling of, okay, we know actors who can play these roles, but the child was the great unknown. And Lenny just kept saying to me, "Don't worry, we have specialist child casting agents. We'll find the child." I believed him.
We did a huge big trawl in Canada and the US, and we found Jake in Vancouver, and he's just this remarkable. He happens to be a great actor. He's a great actor at the beginning of his acting career. The acting skill, that thing that they've got, that it's like musicality. If somebody's, kids can be musical, and what this proves is that acting has that kind of there or not there quality. And in Jake, we were lucky to find a kid where it's there in spades.
Wow.
And it was all about the relationship with Brie too. A child can't just deliver the performance in isolation at all. And Brie really had to charm him into it. And he again was enormously helpful to her. He stopped her from getting too lost in the darkness. So the two of them really worked some magic together.